Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode
24.
Every
24.
single time. Is it 24?
Yep. You know it's better.
You know what they say. Episode 24 is the most important episode.
True. And actually, once we get to 25, I think 24 is really going to shine.
Yeah, because you know what they say. There's 25 hours in a day.
It's true.
But 24 episodes in a podcast.
It's true.
I don't know. Okay, but anyway.
Anyways,
You might notice that is not Richie.
It's true.
Richie, you got taller and more white.
You're a soundboard.
Oh, true.
Okay.
It's like, what's fire decoration where they're like, something in the douche.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah.
I really look. Yeah, Kyle always does that. Okay, but anyway, not through unanimous vote, but majority vote, you were voted into the podcast.
It is true.
Not unanimous. Someone did vote for you.
I didn't know we had a vote, but I would have voted for you.
He was the one.
approve of it, to be honest.
And him. So I guess, wait, do we have majority?
No, me either. No,
I'm joking.
All
Yeah, you gotta
in
get out,
favor
actually.
of him not being
But
on
anyway,
the podcast. So,
Kyle has agreed to our strict rules of being on the Dumb People vs. Movies podcast,
as you can see, of me missing the last two movie club movies.
and Richie missing the Mother movie this week.
Yeah.
But
Very strict.
he's right over there.
He's eating waffle fries right now.
Are you serious? Is he really?
Are you
Yeah,
serious?
he is.
You can show.
I'm so low.
Throw me one. Throw me one. Throw me. Oh, if they don't taste good, throw me one.
Noodles, chips,
All right, hey,
Alright, I'll switch.
Like, if you notice, McDonald's fries really just age out in like 2 hours.
throw it.
Just throw it. Just throw it. It's fine. Just throw it.
Okay, fine, just lob it though.
The salt is gone.
Oh boy.
Oh.
All right, okay.
Oh, you're right. That's disgusting.
All right, we wasted a lot of
You
time.
want to try it?
Yeah. Okay, so this week we are reviewing Jennifer Lawrence.
Mother.
Jennifer Lawrence acted Javier Bardem. Ed Helms. No, not Ed Helms.
Ed Harris.
Ed Harris. Ed Helms. Michelle Pfeiffer. Some other people.
Now, who played the baby?
That's a spoiler. That's a huge spoiler
That's
alert.
not a huge spoiler.
Yeah, it is. Okay, but anyway. That's a huge spoiler.
So, Blake News.
But anyway. What was I saying?
Darren Aronofsky.
Directed by Darren Aronofsky.
Aronofsky.
Most famous for probably for Requiem for a Dream or Black Swan. But he also did movies like The Wrestler, Pi, The Fountain. Those are all the movies. I've seen all of them except for The Fountain, which I'm watching tomorrow.
Are they neat?
They're all pretty good, I think. They're all very Darren Aronofsky.
Esque.
They're very Darren Aronofsky in terms of just like
Just-
being like weird and out
Yeah.
there.
Neat.
You've seen Requiem, you can attest to that.
Black Swan's weird too.
You've seen Black Swan?
No, I just heard about it.
Oh my god! How do you? Yeah, I think his best movie is probably his least weird movie, The Wrestler. That's for a different podcast. But anyway, so we're doing Mother, and we'll
Blake News first.
talk about a random topic, whatever we're going to at the end. But right now we go to Blake News.
You are Blake News.
The news for this week is obviously another Star Wars news story because every week they just pop out big news. And J.J. Abrams is set to direct episode
Wait, so
9.
has there been more? Have we done more Star Wars news stories, or have there been more Star Wars directors?
Probably Star Wars director's going to be honest.
True.
Okay, but
Weston's actually thinking that. No, I'm just kidding.
think about it. Rogue One had like 5 by itself, or 2 actually.
Yeah.
But you have to exaggerate to make it.
Okay, so Weston, what do you think about J.J. Abrams directing episode 9?
I think
Kyle?
Weston.
Kyle?
Hold on. Okay, before you go, Weston made a good point when we were on Xbox. Me and Kyle and Weston were on Xbox last night, or was that today? That was today. And Weston just goes, "I'm tired of Star Wars," and I think that puts it well for Weston because he said it.
I'm saying that because, man, I'm just trying to contain my excitement, really. I'm not going to...
I said that to you too, and you're like, "No, I'm just done with it. I'm done."
I mean, I'm not going to go...
Curb expectations.
You just don't want to be super excited and be like, oh, this is like...
This sucks. Like Rogue One, yeah.
It's like somebody saying, like, this is the best movie ever, and then you go see it and you're like,
Yeah.
that's okay.
But are you excited for the J.J. Abrams thing then?
I mean, like I said, he did good with The Force Awakens. And I'm not worried about J.J. Abrams as much as I'm worried about Disney, to be honest. this. It's really them who are like putting their foot into like every director's
the thing is,
and JJ, like he even said, I think it's reported that he doesn't want to play it safe this time, which is good to hear. But knowing Disney, they're going to
say you play it safe or you're done.
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
Okay.
But
I don't think they could say that.
I'm going to say
no, they can't fire JJ. If they fire him,
I'm going to save my judgment until we see episode 8.
Yeah.
And if they're doing another, Empire Strikes Back once again, then I'm going to be really worried.
Okay, so that brings up
at this point, I don't really know.
What I want to talk about, I talked to Dany about this the other day. I was saying how, what's the director of episode 8?
Rian Johnson.
Okay, so we were talking about how Rian Johnson has like this whole different outlook on it, and so I was saying how J.J. Abrams will probably like go off of that, obviously, because it's the next episode of the movie. So there's no way he's gonna go back to the way he did episode 7.
Yeah.
So that brings up a point, but we also don't know what's happening in episode 8.
Yeah.
So it all just depends on episode 8 to determine.
I think you make a good point. Like, why we shouldn't be as concerned about episode 9 as some fans might want to be.
Yeah.
And my initial reaction was, but what you said was like, yeah, Rian Johnson's now taking a new way, so they can't go back to like if Rian Johnson does something really unique with episode 8, they can't just go back to playing it safe again because people will notice. And I've heard that Rian Johnson helped write the episode 9 script, so at least that's some good sign.
Yeah.
Even if he's not,
because
he's been involved. Yeah. So I think they'll still get his input for the episode 9 script when they rewrite with JJ.
Yeah.
I hope whatever Colin Trevorrow like inspiration was for episode 9, hopefully they'll take some of his ideas.
Yeah, because they obviously like some of his ideas because they hired him in the first place.
Like, I think he can bring some pretty great ideas. I just think as him as a director, I just don't think for a Star Wars movie he would fit. So,
and so for me,
in terms of ideas, maybe he's got some really good ideas.
So for me, I've been like hating on Star Wars in the past because honestly, I'm just kind of annoyed with everyone acting like Star Wars is the only kind of movie that comes out. Yeah. But
it's just getting way too overhyped.
Like I'm like obviously like so. If before Disney was like. Yeah, because last week we talked about it. The two rumored names were J.J. Abrams and Rian Johnson.
Yeah,
and I was like,
Ryan Johnson.
We all wanted Rian Johnson. None of us really wanted J.J. Abrams because we saw what he did with Force Awakens, and I think it's a good movie, but it's definitely safe. I think it's
for sure.
I think it's for what it is. I think it's a good movie, but and I don't think for the first movie. Yeah, that's a different topic, but I think J.J. did a pretty good job with it, and But I was kind of sad that they hired him for this one because I think a lot of fans, and somewhat rightfully so, they don't want that. Even if they like Force Awakens, they don't want that again for episode 9 because
they want risks.
Yeah, they want risks. And that's the main fault even of the original trilogy with Return of the Jedi. They go back to the Death Star.
Exactly. I swear to God, JJ, if you build another Death Star, I'm going to murder.
Honestly, I love Star Wars, but I kind of want them to see ruin episode 9 with another Death Star just to see Weston's reaction. While he's watching it.
I think there's honestly another
super awesome.
Yeah, no, they won't do it. They can't do that.
They can't confirm it, but I think it might be more unique, or at least I hope so.
Wait, they confirmed Mega Weapon?
Like some sort of new weapon. They didn't say exactly what it is.
Oh man,
it's something of the sort.
Like instead of like a globe, it's like a box or something. Yeah, it's like a pyramid.
It's just like a giant lightsaber.
That's what people are saying.
Yeah, I hope it's something like.
If it was a giant lightsaber, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, okay. If they do big weapon like Weston says, like something more Force related or Jedi related.
Yeah,
I'd be
or Sith related. Yeah, maybe something like that.
Maybe something like Kylo, like
or that.
Yeah, something like Kylo learns or something.
Or Rey turns to the dark side.
Yeah, Rey's the mega weapon.
I'll be.
Rey's the mega weapon.
That could be good.
Okay, we can do theories later. We can do theories later. You can give your thoughts. You haven't gone yet.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just really safe. It's just the exact same. I don't think it's the worst choice for it, obviously, because if they brought in someone along the lines of a Trevorrow again, then it would just be the same story over again, most likely. So at least they're going back to someone that they've worked with before and that they've had good relationships with before.
Yeah. But see, that's
so it shouldn't happen again.
You also want new directors for new ideas too.
That's why people I think are worried about it.
For directors to learn from their mistakes too.
And
that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm fine with JJ. It's all about what this.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna do the same thing again. Obviously, because he doesn't want to.
Like you said,
he doesn't want to let fans down either.
Yeah.
Like he did different. Like he did the Star Trek movies, obviously.
Yeah. And the
And
first
Star Trek was awesome. The second one I still liked a lot, but it was a Wrath of Khan thing, and then people didn't like it as much.
Yeah, I mean, it was okay, but it was just. Yeah,
and then did he direct the third one too? Beyond.
He produced it.
He produced it. He didn't direct it. Because that's the best one.
Justin Lin did Beyond, and it was my favorite.
Well, Star Trek Beyond is the best one. It's awesome.
Yeah, Justin Lin
did great with that, surprisingly.
Okay, but let me say real quick, like, I think sometimes, and I was kind of realizing this, is we forget there's almost 2 to 3 types of Star Wars fans. There's the
casual goer, like me.
There's the casual goer, like, if we didn't have this podcast, Wiley wouldn't know who's directing Episode 9 or, like, any of the production issues.
I would because of, like, news headlines.
I think there's casual...
Yeah, but I don't even think... Most people won't know that, like...
I think the casual fans are more towards the newer movies, I think. Like,
no, but casual... But see, that's the thing. That's the beauty of Star Wars and why they realize they can fire directors like this is Force Awakens made $2 billion, $1.5 billion to $1.7 billion. Probably had little idea that J.J. Abrams was directing it. They probably had no backstory of going. They probably just went to see it because like it was this huge phenomenon. Like, oh, Star Wars is coming back. We got to see it. And Star Wars knows this. The majority of the audience that's going to go watch it has no idea about the production issues. Same with Rogue One. Like, yeah, obviously I knew like all the production issues they were having before, but most people are like, oh, it's just another Star Wars movie. I'm going to go see it. You know? And
there's multiple people.
But I think that's going to wear off really soon, especially.
Yeah, in the social media age, it becomes more intertwined because people can get it more easily. But they still know the majority of people watching are 30, 40-year-olds taking their kids. Yeah. So it's not our generation really.
Yeah. There's multiple people I knew, like I've known and like I talked to that were my age or older, and they're like, that was like the first Star Wars I've ever seen. And they only went because like everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. It made $2 billion. Everyone saw it.
Yeah. Like, it was their first Star Wars. I'm like, oh, jeez.
We are your friends, Weston.
No, I'm your
only friend.
This is when Force Awakens came out.
I'm your only friend.
You have other friends.
Oh yeah, I did see it with you.
Are you cheating on us? Are you cheating on us, Weston?
No, it's my classmates from ACA.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. No, but anyway,
what's your name? I'm not kidding.
Did you make up classmate? No, I'm kidding.
Are we not enough for you?
You went to high school?
Do you have a diploma?
She goes to a different school.
Kevin. No. Wow. Okay, but to get back on J.J. Abrams, that's the thing though. Like that's why Star Wars knows they can fire directors. But I think even they're worried at this point. They're kind of probably trying to reset in terms of hiring their directors, which kind of makes me sad. There's like, okay, we know J.J. Abrams. He's not going to fight with the studio too much, like what Blake was saying. We know he can make a Star Wars movie. We know people will like it, so let's just hire him. Give him money, and I mean I can't blame him because he's the safe choice, right? In terms of we know this guy can make a movie that can make $2 billion. But for fans of us that want to see something really different in Star Wars, because we're actually like devoted to it somewhat, you especially, and Blake and me to a degree, and Kyle is a huge Star Wars fan too. But for us, like it's like we just don't want to see The Force Awakens 3 times. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think that's where the split comes.
Well, it's because, like, this is why once 9's gonna end, that's whenever the Star Wars universe has the greatest potential to be even more than it is now, because they can make the universe bigger and go into different things besides the Skywalkers.
Exactly.
It could be, like, once 9 ends, like, all possibilities are open at that point. They can do whatever they want. And I would like to see a lot.
But I can't see them doing it. They're going to make 10, 11, 12 in probably 5 or 10 years.
Probably, but they said they're going to take a break.
Okay,
yeah.
There's one movie I really want to see, and I want them to make like a standalone film of Emperor Palpatine.
That'd be pretty cool.
That's something I want to know.
Like young Emperor Palpatine?
Or not just Palpatine, but like the Sith.
Yeah, they could do his master, Plagueis, Darth Plagueis.
Yeah.
Oh man, that'd be awesome.
I want to see that.
See,
that's something I really want.
Because whenever
by the time we get that,
Snoke.
by the time we get that movie, it'll probably either be when Star Wars isn't making money anymore, so they're like, oh, we might as well try this. It's not making money anymore because I can't see them making a villain movie. They won't even make a Vader movie. Why would they go to Palpatine or Plagueis?
They kind of did make a Vader movie.
It's sort of.
Revenge
what?
of the Sith.
Like,
Are you talking about Revenge of the Sith?
But
that was Lucas, though.
Okay.
Lucas isn't in control of everything anymore. Disney's doing it. And do you think Disney would do it?
How he had like an apprentice and everything. And
yeah, like a movie based on Vader's storyline, really. But I guess you can argue the prequels. I mean, the whole prequel trilogy is based on origin story.
It is.
Are we ready for Mother?
Yeah.
I just want to say, whenever Darth Plagueis was canon, like that book, I actually read the book.
Yeah.
Whenever it was canon, it made the first 3 movies so much better.
It did.
Because you realize that Emperor Palpatine is actually this really smart guy, and that he's got a master behind him also. It just gave more depth to the movies that wasn't there, obviously, but it just made you think it was there.
And I find it... and real quick, before we go to Mother, I do find it funny, like, even for us, it's so hard to talk about Episode 9 stuff, because we haven't even seen Episode 8.
Yeah.
Like, let's say Episode 8 does take a lot of risks, and we're like, we get out of the movie, and there's like a cliffhanger kind of, where it's like, okay, what are they going to do now? We're really excited about it.
Yeah.
Then I think you can have maybe valid criticism of JJ, because then you're like... Because then you can get nervous, like, oh, is he just going to go back to playing it safe again, or is he actually going to take the same risk Ryan Johnson
if it takes
did?
risks and works, he has to know that he can't just play it safe.
Yeah, because this next film could go to a closed ending, and then JJ could like open it to something else. And
it's not going to be. It can't be closed ending.
I know, or it could be. You don't know. We don't know.
I can't see him doing closed ending. I mean, Episode 5 of Empire. I don't want to compare it to Empire 2.
It's kind of a
no.
closed ending.
Han is in the ice
true.
in episode 5.
Like, oh man, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay, Mother.
Okay.
Right,
We can go to
went
Star
on for too long.
Yeah.
Mother.
Sorry.
We're gonna have an in-depth Star Wars podcast one day.
Yeah.
It happens. It happens all the time. We go 2 in.
Yeah, we went 16 minutes on Star
Surprised
Wars.
to say that this kind of a guy who bashes Star Wars a lot.
I want to be more level-headed.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash because I like Star Wars.
All right.
Well, I don't want to overlove it. Actually.
All right, so this is a review of Mother. Or trailer. Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Mother.
we're back.
Mother trailer.
Please, come in. Hello.
Hello. He's a stranger. We're just gonna let him sleep in our house. Hello.
Hello.
Did you know he had a wife? He has pictures of you in his luggage.
What were you doing in their luggage?
What do they want? God help you.
They've come here to see me.
Come quick! You're insane! You're insane!
All I'm trying to do is bring life into this house. Open the door to new people, new ideas. I'm so sorry.
Get out of my house! You give and you give and you give. It's just never enough.
All right, we're back. Yeah, what a trailer.
What a trailer.
It is a weird trailer. I actually saw the trailer.
I haven't seen the
It was a
trailer.
unique trailer, actually.
Oh, I did see the trailer, didn't you?
I didn't see the trailer before I saw the movie.
You saw it though, right? Didn't they show it before it?
No, he watched it. They didn't show it.
Oh, they didn't show it in yours?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, and like the only reason I knew about the movie is because they had like a giant poster board in the movie theater. Like that. That's the only reason.
It is a weird, cool. I like the poster.
Yeah.
Wait, is the one of just Jennifer Lawrence's
and,
face?
Like, a cup, like,
Yeah, and
it's
there's,
all
like, little-
cracked, and then
Yeah.
like chips.
There's a couple cool posters. Did you see on Letterboxd they had the poster that looked exactly like Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't seen
the
Rosemary
exact
Baby.
same.
I haven't seen the Rosemary Baby poster.
It's like it's got Mia Farrow's face and then a baby crib right below it, and then it's like a green background. And the original mother poster that they had on Letterboxd was Jennifer Lawrence's face, a baby cradle, and like an orange background. It was the exact same.
Oh, so now they have this one.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
now
thought
they
it was-
have that
I thought
one.
it was a house.
Was it a house? I didn't see it too
I thought it
well.
was a house. I don't know.
Okay, so what are we gonna start with? Just like,
I don't know how to start with this movie. I think so. Initially,
Well, see, I think I got what I got out of it. I'm kidding. No, I'm not going to. I'm not going
wait, what was he gonna do?
to say what
Oh
we all.
no, well you can say it if you want to, or like
okay,
one of you guys that read about
realize
it.
we all know this.
Oh yeah, I know. We all, we were reading
discussed
something. We all discussed it, and we think this is, or we read this is what it means. No,
Oh, I have seen that. Yeah.
we think it has like a very
exact same, except for Jennifer
biblical, a very biblical aspect to it, as in the guy, the husband, is God. Jennifer Lawrence is
Mother Nature.
Is Mother Nature, yeah, or the Earth.
Yeah.
Well, the house is more like the Earth.
Yeah, the house is more the Earth. She's Mother Nature.
Trying to take care of it. Yeah.
Oh, this is probably spoilers, isn't it? Yeah, this is definitely spoilers, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, let's just give first thoughts.
Let's go
Yeah,
first
we should
thoughts.
get first thoughts. We'll mention that later again.
So first thoughts.
Okay, so I thought it was when I first saw it, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so weird. This is like the weirdest movie I've ever seen. Like everything's all over the place. I don't know where to like think.
But after knowing what it means, I think it's better.
After you guys told us what it meant, I was like thinking, I was like, oh my gosh, this is it. That's right. But it's also still like, but not a lot of people are gonna know that.
It was also like, what?
No, yeah, people are gonna be like, what
Well,
the
none
heck
of
is
us knew
that
it coming out of the theater.
No, exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like everybody else is gonna be like,
It's a heavy
what's
film.
happening?
Yeah.
It was
hard
a
not
lot.
to crack.
So keep listening if you want to know.
So don't say like just what you thought of the movie before you say anything. Like as a movie.
Soon as I got out of the movie.
Yeah, like what do you think? Did you like it? Not stuff like that. Exactly.
I mean, it's hard to say anything without like
This movie's gonna be extremely. What's the word? What's that word I'm looking for?
Hard?
No, not hard. It's gonna be extremely
Controversial?
not controversial, but like two ways. Like you're either gonna hate it or love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, okay, that's what you're
Two-sided.
before the movie. You're like, there's a lot of like split reviews.
That's what I was saying. Like I was telling you guys, like it's like 70 to 75% Rotten Tomatoes.
User score is even lower.
But that's the thing. Like even the critic reviews that I read and stuff, some people are just like, dang, this is like a game changer in terms of just like experimental. It's very experimental. So it's like, yeah, this is a really good experimental film. And then some people are just like, okay, this is just really pretentious, and it's like trying to be.
It is really pretentious.
And yeah, you can fall on either side. Some people are just like, yeah, it's pretentious, but it's like really good. We need to. And some people are like, okay, what is this? He's just trying to be like outsmart himself.
Yeah, but there was some things that I saw in the movie that I got, and like I'll mention that later. Like
It was so psychological. I was like,
Oh, and there's so many. Okay, there's something I really want to talk about. But
We'll save it. Do you think? Okay, let me ask you this: did you guys think this was a horror movie?
No,
I did not.
No,
know.
it's not a horror movie at all.
Okay,
Not in
this isn't
the way
spoilers. This isn't spoilers, I don't think. But the camera angles that they had, it was like really close to her head, and she's always turning.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's what like got me, because like sometimes it was like
It's not.
There's like
horror in the
there's
conventional-
2 or 3
jump
jump
scares,
scares that
yeah.
are really annoying. Like the fridge one was really obvious. Like there's
Yeah,
that guy's
yeah,
gonna be in the
yeah.
fridge, and at the very beginning when she goes outside through the door and then she turns around, he's right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you go. How about?
I fall on the side that I did not enjoy this movie very much. I personally did enjoy it the entire time. I don't want. It's very confusing. It's a very confusing movie if you first watch it. And while I do agree, it does pretty good for like imagery and experimental stuff like that. I just didn't really enjoy my time with it that much. I don't know. It's just like it's not my cup of tea, I guess. This type of movie, and I mean, I've seen some other Darren Aronofsky movies also, but
Which ones?
Requiem for a Dream,
And
it's better. But
no, and what else? You said some other.
no,
ones.
that's the one I've seen.
Okay.
I was gonna watch The Wrestler, but then I didn't get around to it.
Yeah,
What was I saying before that? You got me off track.
You're saying
What do you
you've seen some other Darren Aronofsky movies.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just didn't really like this one. Like the feeling I had while watching it was confusion mostly.
It was weird.
And then like I'm like I didn't enjoy it. I was like just
Uncomfortable.
Stop being,
You're
Well, this is what
uncomfortable.
I fall on the side that is pretentious because I'm just like stop being this way, man. I mean like
Yeah,
why are you doing this? It doesn't make any sense.
No, it's like okay. So for me, I still don't want to say what I think.
This is a movie
So-
I want to watch someone watch.
I think by the end of the podcast, like at the end when we all
I can see.
decide,
I can see. Like,
we'll
just
all
see if
come
they're
to,
really confused.
Not a conclusion, but like we'll decide like who likes it and who doesn't.
Yeah.
I
So.
think by the end of this.
Yeah, like that's the thing. This movie definitely puts you in a process. So I think good movies and sometimes bad movies. If you have to really think about the movie, I think that's a good thing. I
it's
still think it's a good thing.
thought-provoking.
Yeah. Like even if you don't like the movie, if it makes you think about like, okay, I have no idea what this means, and you have to like process through your head like what you can pull out of it, what you think it means. I think that's something not all filmmakers can do. But for me, I don't know. I think it's a really well-made movie in terms of direction. Like, I can see everything he was trying to do. The tension is definitely there, but it's not like it's not horror tension. It's not even really thriller tension. Just like
tension.
This weird like house tension. Like,
well, I mean, it's just like you feel what Jennifer Lawrence's character is feeling. Like you feel confusion. Like why is he doing this?
But I feel at the same. I feel like you can kind of relate with her, but at the same time, I feel detached from her at the same time too. I just feel like I don't know. It's like it's both. I don't even know how to describe it, but. Wylie, you can go.
I like what you said. The first thing you said when you were talking about it, you said, "I don't know. I just like that's exactly how I feel." And the first thing I said, without knowing what it means, walking out of theater to Blake, is, "What the heck was that?"
That's what we all do. We're just
I was like, "What was that?" But knowing what it means now, I honestly think. I don't know. But knowing what it means now, it's still confusing. But I don't know. It
would be interesting to go back and watch it, knowing what it means.
Yes, yeah,
but,
for sure.
You let Weston go first, then we can get into it.
Yeah, it's I'm getting a lot of mixed feelings about this film. It's just, I'll give it to you. Like, it was a very good direction. Like with the how the movie was made.
Yeah.
You know, and of course, I think Jennifer Lawrence did a fantastic job in this film. Compared to other films I've seen,
that's true. This is one of her best acting roles. She did really well.
She did really good. She did.
Silver Linings Playbook, Hunger Games.
Like I think one of her best scenes is when the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll let you know.
She's good in it. She's definitely good in it. It's like portraying the towards the beginning, she's kind of like the passive wife, and then as the movie goes on,
and I love that it played on those gender roles too, which I really liked. Okay, sorry.
That's part of the movie.
No, you're fine. I mean, it's just I don't know what to make of the film. I enjoyed it in a lot of ways, but and after reading up what the meaning of the film could be, I really like that. But just I don't know. I don't think this will be a film I want to watch again. Honestly, for me. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad film. Like, I think this film is good. I think it's a good film, but it's just like it's what I don't want to watch it because of the weird feeling I get from it. It's just
I know exactly what you mean.
It almost
but
feels
see, that's the
off
thing. Like Darren Aronofsky, like Requiem for a Dream, like that made me feel really weird after watching that movie. But I want to watch it again.
See, I don't want to watch Requiem.
You don't want to watch Requiem?
I like Requiem.
I think.
See, that's the thing with a lot of Aronofsky movies. It's like, I get it. This is really good directing. He put a lot of he's obviously a super genius guy. Like, I can never compare it in terms of movie making or anything. But at the same time, it's it does feel a little too pretentious. It's he leans more pretentious side instead of entertaining side. And it's I don't know if he's found that balance yet in terms of his movies. And I think.
But that's the thing. With
this
Requiem,
one, it's he just went. It's so a lot of people say from what I've seen, The Wrestlers is the best movie, and that's just most down to earth movie. It's about this old. We were talking about WWE. It's this old. He's not even WWE. He's an old wrestler. He used to be famous, but he's still really addicted to it. But he's too old now to actually be good at it, and so he just he keeps trying to do these low fights and stuff. But I say that because that movie's just very character driven. Really slow. It's almost the opposite of Mother. It's you can understand everything that's happening because he's telling you. Mother's you understand nothing that's happening.
Yeah. And
you understand nothing about the themes, and you can kind of. I got towards the end. I started to get some of what he's trying to say.
Yeah.
But still, I don't think that justifies the movie as a whole. So let's just go to spoilers right now.
Do you want me to kind of?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can say.
So now that we're in spoilers, I want you to think about this. Okay, the husband is God. Jennifer Lawrence's character, or the wife, is the world, or is Mother Nature.
Mother Nature. Yeah.
Her baby is Jesus. All the rest of the people are Christians. And I think it's really, for me, okay, let's just go around and think.
I wouldn't say the Christians.
You didn't say that the house was.
I think the people just
and the house is the world.
No, the people represent religious people.
Yeah.
They obviously represent religious people.
Yeah, because they
don't have to necessarily
worship
be
the God.
It's not just
Yeah.
religious people.
Yeah.
But it's not Christian. it's not the Christian God. It's like a God.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, I guess you could say it's more of like
it's definitely leaning towards Christian.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah. Biblical themes.
God,
But yeah, the Javier Bardem as the God. The house as his world, as the earth that he creates.
Yeah.
Because that's very clear at the very beginning when he puts the crystal, he's like recreating it.
He created
it.
And
then also, you know how the house burned down?
Yeah.
It's also, you know how the earth was cleansed with fire?
Yeah.
Something like that.
True, but I like that. And I also think, I'm just not realizing the foreshadowing is, when and remember the older couple, Ed Harris and Michelle Pfeiffer, they're supposed to be Adam and Eve, right?
Yeah.
So when Adam and Eve break the crystal, that's like sin entering in the world.
Yeah.
And so you can see when he sees it, he's like really sad about it, and he's like holding his hands because he's sad about because he kind of sees like the future of this world is gonna.
Well, it might be
condemned.
like the love just broke or something like that, because like it's like that represents her heart, and like you break mother's heart, and it's like the love goes out.
And think about
but the way Adam and Eve did it, I feel like it's like that's like the sin entering the world because they did something. Because maybe that room is the
Garden of it's definitely Garden of Eden, because that's where he takes her for safe space whenever she's having her baby. It's like the only safe spot.
Yeah, the room is the Garden of Eden. That crystal is the fruit that they're not supposed to touch or whatever.
Yeah,
I'm kind of working through this right now. I'm kind of realizing little things.
Well, and what if all the pictures that they were posting on the wall is like Christians? You know, all the pictures is just Christians trying, or religious people in general, trying to throw their religion on the world.
Yeah, it's like that. It's like
trying to push it onto other people.
But all these, I like all these people. But remember, all these people aren't even the same. Remember, because there's like fighting going on. It's like they all have their own view of the same God. Yeah.
Okay,
and their own agenda.
The only normal person out of all those people was that soldier trying to get Jennifer's character.
Yeah, and he gets shot. Yeah.
What do you think he represents?
That's a good question.
Maybe just like
I'm trying to think about that.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just like
the only normal guy.
Maybe there's just like that thought of even in like religious
there's always
even
good people.
Yeah, even in a religious group or religious
always
extremists, there's good
there's
people in
always
there.
Good people, but even then, good people always get consequences too.
Yeah,
he got shot and killed. So.
Yeah, and then I didn't say the last part we didn't say was the husband and wife that come into the house. Their kids are Cain and Abel.
Yeah.
Cain killing Abel.
Yeah.
Which that one kind of doesn't make sense because Abel was supposed to be good, right? We never really see that part of it. Abel kind of seems like a jerk.
Well, Abel's favored by Adam and Eve.
No,
like in the books.
Oh my gosh!
Stuff like that.
In the thing, in the no, the thing in the floor that keeps coming back is sin, and she keeps trying to cover it up with stuff, but she can't. And every time it just bleeds through. It bleeds through the carpet whenever she tries to cover it up. Okay. You know what I mean? The thing in the floor is like
I
sin.
see what you're saying.
Okay.
I have to think about that one.
Yeah.
There's so
much that you just like, or it could be 20 other things.
Well, we're
you know
kind of
what I mean?
all over the place. We're just saying like random things.
Yeah, so let's go in order.
So
okay, this is my problem with the movie and why I kind of lean towards Blake. You don't really get that watching the movie at all. If you don't know this specifically,
For sure.
Maybe some film critic is like, "Oh, I noticed it right away" or something. But like,
most people are
not going to notice that.
Yeah,
because
some people go to movies just to watch movies, and they go out and they're like, okay, that's it.
And that's a detriment to the movie. If like you can't draw the major themes from the movie in the movie itself, that hurts you. You shouldn't have the director shouldn't have to tell you what's going on.
Yeah, which he did. He told a lot of people at TIFF. That's what he was trying to go for.
But it's also like at the end of the movie, he's like, I have to keep on creating.
Yeah. Like at the very end of the movie, you definitely get the biblical symbolism.
So I get the biblical symbol. So this is my main thing, and what I got from the movie, and I think he's trying to tell this at the same time. So I think the plot wise, I think it is biblical in nature.
Yeah.
But I honestly think because this movie's written, he wrote this movie and he directed this movie. For me, I think it's honestly, I'm not saying he's God. He thinks he's God, but I'm saying he's that main guy. He's the Javier Bardem character, and because he's a director, right? He's a creator, so he considers himself like an artist, right? Mm-hmm. So I think he's like saying he's in that role, and he actually sucks the life out of people that get near him because he's always trying to create, make things better, and always trying to draw inspiration from things, and that can hurt the people around you. Because because Javier Bardem's character is always putting himself in these situations because he's trying to draw inspiration for his next writing, right? We kind of get that, like, why he moves with her there in the first place, because he wants inspiration for a new writing.
Yeah.
And remember that lady, his manager or agent keeps saying, oh, you're his inspiration, right? And the very ending where she's like, you didn't love me, you loved that I loved you, or something.
Yeah. That was
a lot of directors get that, people criticize directors about having that God complex, right? Because, like, they're always, like, the leader of the film, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, like, for me, I think he almost puts himself in that God role in terms of, like, hurting the people around him because he's so obsessed with making art or creating.
Yeah. Something I, like, noticed really good in the movie that, like, I got right away is, like, when they're having, like, all the parties and stuff, and she's just, like, having all these things happening, like, you saw like a sex slave room, and then you also saw the girls just shooting people.
Yeah,
it's like it represents like crime, and then there's also
the rapid expansion of sin.
I would say that entire sequence was my favorite.
That was intense.
That was intense.
I think
it was intense, but also extremely confusing.
Yeah,
I think it's not. It is kind of confusing. You're like, what the heck? But I think it's unearned because everything leading up to that point in the movie, I don't think earns that point. Earns that in the movie. Because it's a cool scene, and just if you took that one scene, and it builds a lot of tension, but it just like the rapid pace it goes to, it's like you're here in this movie, and then all of a sudden you're here, and it doesn't tell you how you got here or anything. It's just like all of a sudden all these things are happening. You don't even know if it's real or not. You know what I mean? It just feels like everything at that point has felt real in the movie, and then it just goes fantastical all of a sudden. And I'm not even know if I'm not sure if I'm not
when that happened for me was when everything was completely not normal. Obviously, everything was completely realistic until that thing came up through the sink.
Oh yeah, no, the
toilet,
yeah.
The heart,
the heart, yeah.
Was it a heart?
Yeah. It was a heart, It was a heart.
I couldn't tell that. I was like,
it might have been like the previous heart or something. No, because the heart's burned. Yeah, I don't know.
No, because he keeps the heart, and that's how he creates. That's how he restores the world.
Oh yeah.
And she knew.
No,
Jennifer Lawrence knew.
At the very end, she knew.
The very end, she knew. Yeah.
Yeah, but then like the next person that wakes up, like we're obviously in spoilers. Like he creates basically a new world again.
Yeah. Okay.
And the next person that wakes up doesn't know what happened before her.
Yeah. At the beginning, when they show like the burning girl, like I noticed that it wasn't Jennifer Lawrence. I was like, who is that?
Yeah.
Like it did not look like her. And then like at the end, I was like, oh, that's the same girl, and that was Jennifer Lawrence. And I was like, wait, no, it's not. It's two totally different people. Yeah. And then like you realize you're like, oh, that's.
Well, when you see the girl at the very end wake up, it's not Jennifer Lawrence. You realize it just keeps going and like that. But see, a lot of things we're talking about in terms of themes. Yeah, you can draw these themes from the movie, but it'd be like reading a really long book. Right? And everyone like tells you like artistically it's a really good book. But if you were bored the whole time you read the book, was it really a good book to you? You know what I mean?
But I was like bored in this movie. I
wouldn't say boring.
It's definitely slow. It's definitely slow.
It's slow, but here's the thing. It's not a horror movie, but it was scary.
Yeah.
It was psychologically disturbing.
Yeah. It's definitely disturbing. I wouldn't call it scary.
I don't think you can put this in a genre box.
No,
because like
definitely not.
It's definitely a drama.
It's an experimental movie. I said genre.
Drama's a genre.
Okay, everything that's not comedy is drama. That's the annoying part. Yeah, okay, it's a drama, but in terms of like thriller or horror, I don't know. It's its own thing, really.
It's an artsy film.
It's a very art house movie. But I don't know if it's a. I wouldn't say.
I don't think it's a good artsy film though. Like I don't think it's a good. Because
I don't think it does a good enough job. Yeah, it has tense moment. The whole movie has an underlying tension in it, but I don't know if the tension pays off at the end with all the weird stuff that's happening. And I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think this film is just a lot of people's cup of tea, like Blake was saying. I don't think this film is for everyone. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah, I can understand. I completely understand if someone's like, "Dang, I love this movie." Like, because some people just, if some people get it in terms of, even if they don't get the whole biblical thing, if they just draw some themes from the movie and they really like those themes, they'll like the movie a lot more. For me, it was a little more vague, and also, if someone just appreciated the filmmaking parts of it and just like how different it is than anything you're going to see in the movie theater this year.
That's the thing I appreciate the most is the filmmaking stuff, because it was really unique what he was doing, but I just didn't like it. Like the movie in general, I just didn't
here's
like
the thing. Our rates are probably. I don't think they're going to be that great. I don't think they're going to be bad. I don't think they're going to be that great. But if we look down the road 5 years from now, this could be like the cornerstone in that field, in that kind of movie. Does that make sense?
I don't think another person's going to try it.
2001 Space Odyssey.
No, that's not like this though, because 2001. Well, I mean,
2001 is
you know
kind of
what
like
I mean? Like
it's
it was
kind of
weird.
like
It was hard to understand.
But
People
that's-
didn't get it, and
yeah.
they didn't like it. But then years later, people actually start to love the film and claim that it's a masterpiece.
See, I think
The more
so.
you
Okay,
think
I'm
about
not going to say Mother is the next 2001 in 20 years, but
Well,
I get what you're saying in terms of
it. You know
like
what I mean?
there's 2001, especially when it came out, there was nothing like it because it's very like just different. There's barely any dialogue in it. It's you jump space and time 3 different times, and it's really random. But that's just a way better. I don't know. That's just a way better movie. But
Oh, yeah.
but I can see what you're saying in terms of just like experimental and different. Like,
But that's the thing. It's experimental in its own right, but there's a reason that they copied the Rosemary's Baby poster. It's because Rosemary's Baby is also kind of like... That's the reason I watched Rosemary's Baby this week. Was because I wanted to know, like, why did they make this poster? And it's kind of alike. I mean, it's not like... Rosemary's Baby is way better, in my opinion.
Is it
Because...
uncomfortable? Like
Yes, it's extremely uncomfortable.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, well, you know what it's about, right?
Huh?
You know what it's about, right?
No, I don't. I have no idea what it's about.
you can say what it's about.
She basically gets raped by the devil.
Oh God.
And it's extremely uncomfortable because she doesn't know. You have to watch the movie to find out how. This is really well done. Like this entire time, she doesn't know. Like she just thinks she got pregnant by her husband, but her husband's actually like part of the satanic cult and stuff like that. It's really good, really disturbing,
Oh, man.
and it's better than this movie in my opinion.
But the whole baby thing, yeah.
Yeah, but the whole baby thing is like I don't like that. Except the
I think we can go to
baby's
final
obvious.
thoughts for Mother.
There's
Unless you want
I
to
think that baby
bring up
sucks
something.
for life.
There's just so many things that you have to think about.
But what I was going to say, I think one of my favorite, maybe my favorite Jennifer Lawrence scene was when the brother killed, his brother, that brother scene, and then he went up to her and said, I didn't mean it, or you understand, and she teared like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was an incredible.
Well,
performance.
I would do the same thing if you just see, and because she's probably
But
thinking,
the
"Oh
way
my
she
gosh, he's gonna
reacted
kill
to
me."
that was so good though. Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
I was
From
like,
what-
dang.
From what I've heard, the awards
I
talk,
love that scene.
the awards talk is mainly for that wife, Michelle Pfeiffer, for best supporting actress.
Really?
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
saying
think
she's in the
good.
lead right now
I
for
don't
best
think
supporting
so,
actress.
gee.
She did good, but I don't think she did
She did,
amazing.
but
Yeah,
she
that's
was
what I thought.
okay.
I honestly think the
We
best
didn't talk-
acting role is okay. You can go.
Okay, no, we didn't talk about how we related to Jennifer Lawrence as playing the mother because I was annoyed the entire movie because no matter what she said, nothing went the way she said, and that bothered me. People were just walking.
I
into her
agree.
house and they're like, "Why are you here?" And she's like, "It's my house."
Honestly,
I think that's the reason. I think that's
It's
the reason
so
why she
disturbing.
portrays Mother Earth
Yeah.
because we think of Earth as our home, but it's really hers. And we keep on doing things to
Yeah,
it that
yeah.
she doesn't want, and that's the whole thing.
The
We're
climate
ruining
change.
the Earth, and we won't stop, and that's
Yeah.
why she bursts out whenever they kill the baby
Yeah.
and starts stabbing people because
Well,
she's like, "I'm done with this."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was also just trying to relate it to how you were saying it's almost unbearable because it's so
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
in such a weird position because you
Actually-
you're
but
For
So
the
actually-
fact when you genuinely, Jennifer Lawrence best acting scene in my opinion, she did a really good job in the one you're talking about.
Yeah.
But when she's running out, when they're taking her to the hospital, and she's like, "Please don't leave me, don't leave me here alone." That just hit me like that was she did really good job in that scene, a really good job, but
honestly,
that also plays on what you said, it didn't go the way as planned, and she's just there alone, and that was so that whole jeez.
So I think for me, the Jennifer Lawrence thing, I think she's good in it. I think she's definitely good in it, but she plays the same emotion the whole time. You know what I mean? It's kind of sad and
yeah, she was sad at the
mopey.
beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and she's sad at the end.
Everything was all brand new.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
kind of like that in all of her movies.
But I think the best role actually is Javier, the husband, Javier,
He's really
because
good. It's definitely a different role for him
was really
too.
good.
yeah, because he does really. First of all, he's just an intimidating dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when you see him,
Like I thought he was going to be abusive when I first.
Yeah,
I thought really
I
too.
thought he was going to be like an abusive.
No, but that's what it's so good about. It's like
Yeah, but
he's
portraying God,
portraying God, so he's kind of like portraying like both sides. Like you see the power he has, but also like the kindness at the same time when he's actually nice to her.
Yeah,
And then it's like you can kind of see like he actually does love her, but at the same time he keeps betraying her, like doing stuff he doesn't say. Like
But in
I just
my-
think he portrays all those emotions really
He comes
well.
out as the bad guy for me.
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah, I think he is at the
also-
end.
You
Yeah,
can think that.
Yeah, because you can also say that, like, it also portrays that he, like, God doesn't care about the earth, which he obviously does. But like, I'm saying, like, in the movie,
Yeah.
he gives like no crap about.
But I mean,
And that's
maybe,
why a lot of
maybe.
Christians find it
But think about this.
offensive.
Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe it's the director voicing like, if there is a God, why would he create this if he knows it's just doomed to fail?
yeah, like
That's
Yeah.
definitely what I was probably saying.
but I think I think that's what he's saying. But I really got out the thing of the whole like just on a human level, just
Yeah.
the creator, like someone who tries to create things and how that can hurt the people around him. Like,
Yeah.
and especially at the very, for me, the cheesiest part, like it just goes over the top at this point. It's like when he actually takes the heart out of her chest. It's like, I need your love or something. Actually takes the heart. I was like, okay, well, you have to do that. I was
It's like you still.
no, but like you really have to show that.
Yeah.
You really have to show him taking it, like literally taking a heart because he has it.
Well, they also show a dead baby carcass.
Yeah, that
Oh,
was
so that's part of it.
Okay.
No, because that explains like when people are eating it, it's
Communion.
like taking
communion.
like eating
Yeah.
the body of Christ.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the sacrament.
Yeah, the sacrament.
Yeah,
That was intense
still-
for me. That was the most intense.
yeah.
That's
when she
garbage.
was like,
In the
That's
whole,
definitely the most intense. Like,
Yeah.
she
That was
just
my
had this
favorite
kid.
scene.
She
Like-
just had this kid, and then they're passing it around, and then you hear the bones break and stuff. You're like,
yeah,
oh
and
no.
Everybody's like,
Plus, next-
everybody automatically goes in like black clothes. They're all like crying.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite scene in the movie. It was the hardest to watch, but it was also like one of the most interesting for me because
Yeah.
like, and it was the one where I felt Jennifer Lawrence's emotions the most because she just lost her baby and she like freaking kills
Sorry.
a lot.
What
of
if
people.
when they're
my God.
saying? Okay, just think about this. So you know, okay, no, this is serious. You know, Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So you see the Father portrayed, and you see the Son portrayed. The Holy Spirit. What if the Holy Spirit is supposed to be portrayed as the voice that people keep saying, "Can you hear it? Can you hear it?" Like when the baby dies, like it's okay, He's with you. Can't you? Can you hear it?
But that no, that's just saying like.
No, I think that was playing off of Javier Bardem because whenever the guy that's supposed to portray Abel, that's why this movie's also pretentious. No one has names, and like if
Yeah.
you watch the credits, like they're just like
I didn't watch the
mother,
credits.
and they're all in lowercase and the same cursive.
Wow,
thing.
really?
It's not good.
See, that's the
It's
thing. We
really
didn't talk about that
pretentious,
much.
but-
It's so pretentious in terms of just like, oh, they'll figure out. We don't have to tell.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I say show don't tell. Directors aren't supposed to do that. But you're showing us nothing. Like you're not showing us anything either. You're just like showing us living our normal life, and you're not telling us like.
I want so badly to understand this movie, but there's just so many different things you can take away from it.
Yeah, but I think that hurts the
That's
movie
thing.
though for
No,
me.
that's
Like,
also the
Yeah.
thing that puts it in other people's perspective. Like people could
Yeah.
be watching this and be like, "Oh no, it's not this at all. It's
Yeah,
totally
yeah.
this," and then we could listen to that and be like, "Oh my gosh."
no,
it
see,
is that."
I think that's the beauty of good movies and bad movies. Is like.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of movies in general and why people are so passionate about them. Like, me and Wylie, everyone we reviewed The Raid, and Wylie didn't like it as much as the rest of us.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of movies. It's like, someone could be like, this is my favorite movie of all time, and this is why I have all these themes. And then someone be like, really? Just like super pretentious, and you don't even get that when I watched it. Like,
Yeah.
both things can be true about a movie. And especially good movies like this that are obviously well made. Like, it's a well made movie.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't click for you,
It doesn't
or if
click
like
for you.
you literally don't get any of the themes they're trying to tell you,
Yeah.
then it's not going to work as a movie.
Well, and for me, I'm worried that like 85 to 90% of people are going to come out of this movie. That's why I think the viewer score is a lot lower on Rotten Tomatoes than the critic score is because I think 85 to 90% of people are going to come out of this movie and have the same reaction like we all had. What the heck was that? And then not think about it again.
yeah.
And then they're going to go down. Oh, mother, yeah, that one.
Oh no, this is definitely not a movie for like the casual movie fan.
No,
that
definitely.
It's
watches it.
definitely
Yeah.
for people who like are.
See, that's why critics.
interested in in-depth, like,
That's why critics might like it more because critics in general appreciate movies that are just different than other movies. Because think about it, critics have to go watch all these trash movies that come out every year and review them, and they're all the same. So they get really excited when there's something different that they're like, "Oh, I haven't seen anything like this year."
yeah,
So
but they only 75% still.
Yeah,
that's a pretty good rating.
And I'm curious about the average rating too, because 75% of movies, basically, they're just 75% of critics are saying, yeah, you should watch this.
They gave it a 3 out of 5.
Yeah,
or more.
So I mean, a 6 out of 10 is still not that good. So I'd be curious to see the average rating. But
I honestly like now knowing what I know now, I want to watch this movie again.
But I think that's the beauty, like,
or at least
why I appreciate this movie. I appreciate a lot of movies like this. It's if they can get you out of the theater and actually have you talk about with other people, like you have to work through it with other people what you thought about the movie, man, and all this. Like, look, like Kyle said something earlier, and I was like, oh, I didn't even think about that in the whole movie, right? Like, if a movie can do that, then I think it's well made. And there's obviously a lot of thought put into the script.
And obviously, you can get very excited. Like, we can see Wylie. He was like, oh my gosh. Like, every time he, like, figures something out. Like, but that also feels really good. You're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's going to stay in my head. It's definitely going to stay in my head for some time.
This is the difference between 2001 and Mother, though. Mother! No.
Yeah, but that
is that 2001's... to me, it's still enjoyable. It might be a little bit boring, but it's still an enjoyable movie, and you know what genre it fits. And okay, what are you talking about? It is a little bit boring.
It's not boring.
And it's still just an enjoyable watch. I don't enjoy watching this movie.
Exactly.
No, see, that's the thing. Like, some people are... Yeah,
but some people might like that and actually enjoy it.
No, some people, obviously some people are going to find it enjoyable just because of the weird themes. Like, they find that enjoyable. For me... I've honestly enjoyed talking about this movie more than I did watching it.
Yeah, me too.
I agree.
And that's the problem. That's the both credit to the movie and the detriment of the movie at the same time. Like, both can be true.
Like, if I watched this movie again, I'd probably just skip the first hour, to be completely
honest.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Until, like, the brother stuff starts happening, everything before that, it's really slow.
Yeah.
See, but it's I don't want to say it is slow, but it's like, it's obviously the movie one. Yeah, it's a build-up.
For me,
it's a build-up. Yeah.
So
I don't want to say slow. It's just it's a
build-up. You
build-up.
can also relate to, like, before they partook the fruit, like the forbidden fruit, before that, everything was, like, calm and well. And then as soon as, like, they partake of the fruit, everything bad just happened. Like, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was, like,
that's true.
Straight
yeah.
So you can also think about it, like, it went slow.
And, like, all the stuff they're doing before that might be, like, the temptation stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
like they're kissing on the bed, like she looked in and they're like kissing. I don't think they're actually.
And actually, she could.
Actually,
and she, obviously she's Eve, but she's also the temptation to Adam, right? Because she's the one that takes him to that room in the first place.
Yeah.
And
and he shows up first.
She's trying to tempt her too, right?
Well, because Adam, like, we're just calling him Adam because they don't have names in the movie.
Yeah.
Adam, he tries to touch the heart, and Javier Bardem goes like, no, you can't touch it.
Yeah.
It's mine.
And remember, he almost tries to touch it again.
That's like a reference to like God and
but then
the tree of life.
But then he doesn't.
Good of evil, good of evil.
He doesn't even think about going back into the room until Michelle Pfeiffer, her character, takes him back up because she's the one that always wants to go into the room and see what's happening.
With Eve, tempting Adam.
And that's why he boarded up like that. Now that I think about it, that's actually a really good. The Garden of Eden thing. It's like, that's actually pretty cool. Okay. It's
that's
what
talk about it. Yeah, it's fun talking. That's why I was interested.
And the performances of this movie are pretty great. Also, like Javier Bardem and Jennifer Lawrence both did amazing performances.
Passion, like in this.
Yeah, she did it really well.
Yeah. So for me,
both did really well.
The way I would describe it is like I would recommend this movie to someone, but I also would not recommend this movie.
I think for casual moviegoers, I don't think
I wouldn't recommend
I wouldn't recommend this movie to Brady. Like, he'd hate it. Although he might go see it just for the J-Law.
That's
oops.
true.
Yeah, that's true. Bro, he probably would.
Yeah, he wouldn't watch Aloha just for the MSN. So.
Yeah. Oh, you guys remember that?
That was going away party too. He went to Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
not Pittsburgh.
And he stayed there for like 2 weeks because he couldn't. Because they
3 weeks.
Because he wasn't 18 yet.
Yeah, no, it was okay. Let's go. Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
You want to go first? You obviously have something to say.
Yeah. Okay. So I hate going first. Like, this is my first time going first, I think. But I think I would give it. It's hard to decide between a 3 and a 3.5. But I think I do 3.5 now that I know, like in my perspective, I guess, or like our perspective. I think I know what it's about. But it's also that low because you can't have everybody that goes in and watches it is not going to come out and be like, oh, this is what it's about, or they're not going to even people go to the movie to enjoy the movie and then get out and then live on the rest of
their
day.
life.
And
yeah.
Then, so they don't take the time to like look up what it's about, and like even though it takes like only a couple minutes.
Yeah.
So that's that, and then also like what Blake said at the beginning, it was kind of it felt so weird to just like sit there and watch it through like part of the movie. It's like I just wanted it to like finally like something happen like to where I'm not feeling this way. But the part that makes me like it is that like it all like falls together as soon as like we discuss it, but also watching it is almost like unbearable. But like discussing it, so like
I like what you said about the if you just watch this movie and go go about the rest of your day, you're probably not gonna like it at all, and you're not really gonna get much out of it. That's why I'm kind of glad we have this podcast, because think about it, we can talk about this movie and it might make you appreciate it more. But at least you talk about a movie, you know what I mean? Like, if you can draw this much out of a movie, I think it did something right.
Yeah, one more thing before I pass it on. But I think if somebody were to invite me to the movie, I'd say yes to watch it, but I don't think I'd just like go back to myself and like just go watch it again. No. But yeah, I just don't think I could do that.
I wouldn't watch it by myself.
See, this is a movie I could watch in like 20 years. Someone going to be like, hey, do you remember that movie Mother? Like, maybe, okay.
We'll revisit it in 20 years when we're still doing this podcast.
And then, so yeah, that's what I'm going to end on. And like,
I'd be all gave it 5 stars.
I think 3.5 is good. But also, like, I also have that thought of 3. But like, just knowing it now that we all brought it together, I think it's 3.5.
What about you, Blake?
Well, so what you were saying is like the way it makes you feel. Like that's actually something I didn't enjoy it, but at least that's what it was going for. It was wanting you to feel confused because that's what Jennifer Lawrence's character was feeling the entire movie, and you could obviously tell that's what he wanted you to feel.
Yeah,
at least it did it right.
At least it invokes emotion.
Yeah, I just didn't like it, and I don't really like. I can understand why people like the movie, but for me, it's just like it's a 2. I just don't like it that much at all. I don't want to say I hated it, but I definitely wouldn't go back and watch it again unless someone was like paying for my ticket and then giving me $5 also.
What do you think, Dany?
So what I was saying earlier with I would recommend this movie and then I wouldn't recommend this movie too. That's kind of how I feel about my rating. I don't know. I just feel like watching the movie, I think I'll go. Oh gosh, I don't know. Like I wanted to like watching the movie. I was like, okay, obviously I know this is super deep, and I want to like it, but I just couldn't like it. Yeah. And there are little moments where I'm like, okay, I'm enjoying this part. The ending I enjoy the most. So I guess I'll go 2.5 because I don't know. I feel like if I watch it in a year, I'll be like, "Oh, it's a 5-star. What was I thinking now?" Yeah, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah.
For me, I'm gonna have to agree with Kyle. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. I came out of this movie with the thought of I'm gonna give this below a 3, definitely. But after reading and knowing what it's about, and like seeing the connections, I genuinely don't think it's a bad movie. And I think while it's uncomfortable, and at times it can be like, oh my gosh, I just want to leave like the movie theater because like of how not uncomfortable, but just how disturbing it is. Like with the baby scene, that was like not like cry sad, but just like oh my gosh, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, think about it, a little baby just being eaten.
Yeah, exactly. And like the cannibalism and but just all the symbolisms and stuff. Like I like that. I like symbolisms and stuff and metaphors and different meanings. So I give it a 3.5. I honestly think.
I'm going to give it a 3. Change mine to 3.
A 3? Okay.
Because I think kind of what you're saying. I think the themes maybe that's kind of my maybe
okay.
It's my fault.
And I also think that just if I also think like if I go back and watch this again, knowing what I know now, I think that I might give it a 4.5 at least, or a 5.
Yeah. Okay, so off of that, I don't think I can do that. Because I just still would have that thought of like, man, this is really hard to sit through still.
Yeah,
it's still really hard to like just sit through it. Like, so that's
I get what you mean.
If I watched it in like 20 years, that's like plenty of time to like
forget about it.
Yeah, to forget about it and watch it again.
And then when you start watching it, then you start to remember. It'll click. Like.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. But I understand what you mean. Like,
yeah.
I think it's definitely like you're able to give it a really high score, but there's just things that like it depends who you are.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. What about you, Weston? So, originally you when you texted me, I said in the group chat the Rotten Tomato score, which I thought was high, and you said, "Yeah, it's weird. I don't think it's low enough." Or you said, "I thought it was too high," and you said, "Yeah, I know a lot of critics." You said, "Yeah, I know a lot of critics didn't like it."
I was mainly referring to the users, mainly the viewers' scores. That's what I meant. Not as much as the critics.
Okay.
I've been going back and forth what to give this film, but after just thinking about this more, I think I may just appreciate it a little bit more than you guys. I'm giving this 4 stars. I think just what the guy was trying to go for, what the director's trying to go for, I appreciate what he's trying to do, and what he's trying to get his point across with the film, it worked, and he did it right. It's uncomfortable, it's unbearable, and I'm not going to watch this film again, probably in not another 10 or 20 years, or maybe never. I don't know, but like. I appreciate this film for what it is, and I'm trying to balance out my emotions and my thoughts at the same time.
Yeah.
But looking at this as a film, and I can understand with Blake and maybe with Dany, or mainly Blake, but like being a little bit slow, I can understand that. For me, that didn't bother me, so that's why maybe it's going up to like 4 stars.
Well, yeah.
So for it didn't feel that slow to me, but. It's an idea. It's a concept to respect. And I'm respecting that.
I think that's the main thing. What you just said.
I like a rewatchable film. So I'm not saying like, oh, I love this movie. I'm going to watch it over and over. No.
Yeah.
But just for as a movie itself, I think it's solid.
What you said at the end is mainly why I changed from 2.5 to 3. Is like I respect this movie. Like really, I really do respect what it's trying to do. Yeah. And even if it's not. Even if it doesn't work fully for me as a movie, I want more movies like this that try to go really out
risks.
There.
More risks.
Yeah, we're not going to get a lot of those.
That's the thing, yeah.
Well, this maybe.
I mean, see, it too, but it's not enough to change my score because like my personal enjoyment is like.
Didn't really like it. Yeah,
because in the end, movies should be enjoyable. Like it's entertainment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
I mean, I've liked other art house films like a lot. I've liked a lot of other art house films, and I just don't think this is on par.
And maybe
with
you've just seen better ones, probably.
Yeah, but there's other art house films that don't feel as pretentious as this. It doesn't even feel that pretentious. But
okay, so our official Dumb People versus Movies rate for Mother is a 3.2, which I think is fair. I think that's good.
Yeah,
but. Like Dany was saying, we are pretty split. We have all the way from a 2 all the way to a 4. So, I mean...
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I'm glad Weston liked that as much as he did.
Yeah. For sure.
I'm glad all of you guys liked this one.
But we're all on board of being uncomfortable and not wanting to watch it again.
And no one's saying this.
I want to watch it again.
Like no one's saying
not in a not.
No, I would watch it again this year probably.
But it's like
especially if I had Movie Pass.
That's the beauty of see, we don't have very many directors like this. So Darren Aronofsky, what I was saying, like he's what they call him auteurs. Like basically, he has total control of his movies. He's gonna do whatever he wants. He writes and directs them. He's like Nolan, like Nolan, Scorsese. There's some of these guys like if they get the money, they can make whatever movie they want. They can try whatever they want, and people will release it in theaters. But that's kind of the sad state of cinema now. It's like we're getting less and less of that.
Yeah.
It's like what Kyle was saying. Like we're not going to get very many movies like this. It's because studios are now more
studios and franchises.
It's all big blockbuster franchises, studio made movies. So that's why I wanted to like this movie more than I did. Cause I want more movies like this.
Yeah.
More independent.
Yeah. So
Kyle has no. Oh, Richie got the flip, didn't he? So.
No, we're not doing random topics this week, remember? We're changing it.
Oh yeah.
So instead of random topics from now on, we're gonna try this out. We're gonna try. We're gonna just take what other podcasts do, what you've been watching, what you've been reading. What should we call it?
We'll think about it later.
What you been doing? What are you doing?
That's too long.
Yuck. So what? Okay. So all right. What have you been doing entertainment wise? I don't care if it's school.
Kyle.
School doesn't matter. This week, this
I've been
past week,
studying
what have you been doing?
D-Law quite frequently.
Entertainment wise,
Yeah.
I watched like one episode of Stranger Things. I
Okay.
need to watch more.
Did you like it?
I liked it a lot.
It's
You
really
need
good.
to
I
watch
just-
more.
I just haven't had time.
I watched all of
I
it.
just-
That first episode, yeah, it is kind of slow. It picks
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah,
I'm telling
no,
you.
it's not that. It's like every time I'm watching like Netflix, it's when I'm like going to bed, so I'm so afraid to like start watching it. And
Yeah.
not be interested,
Oh,
so I'm, like,
yeah.
tired. So I'm waiting for like a time where I can just like watch a couple episodes.
Or the fact that when you get really interested and you look
Yeah.
down, it's like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
and you
I
gotta
hate
wait.
that.
Yeah.
Oh my
I have to wake up at
Yeah.
Okay, that video games come out?
Yeah, so
I'm
whatever
playing
you're doing.
2K18. It's
Yeah,
like a little
you
bit
bought
ago.
2K18.
Yeah, and it came out today, like for early.
He pre-ordered.
Pre-ordered. There's that. The It movie was good. I mean,
Yeah, we did that last week.
That's still going on. Still hitting records. Which is
Still hit.
True.
Yeah, it made $123 million opening weekend.
Oh my god.
So
That's more money.
I heard this.
Insane.
Yeah, Wonder Woman only made 100. So I mean, it's not going to make as much Wonder Woman worldwide, but yeah, I heard the stat like The Dark Tower, which is also a Stephen King novel. So it made more money in its opening weekend in the U.S. than Dark Tower did total, like worldwide.
I still haven't seen that. Like, every
No
time
one
I
has
see
seen it.
No,
Exactly.
it's
That's
because
the whole point I'm
you
saying.
told me you're like, it's trash.
I didn't even see it,
I'm
it's
so
trash.
scared to like watch it.
I didn't see it though, so you might like it. Who knows? But Blake, what have you been doing this week?
Working. No.
Yeah, really.
I don't know. I've watched a few movies. I haven't watched as many this week. I've been playing a lot of Overwatch recently. Made a new account.
So you start over? Why'd you
Yeah.
do that?
Really?
Just cause I wanted
Oh my
a Hanzo
God.
only
Jeez,
account.
what the heck?
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, you don't even know what that means.
I
But I
do.
watched. Wait, you play Overwatch?
I played Overwatch, yeah.
Hans is awesome, man. Hans is awesome.
Alright,
I love
nerds,
Hanzo.
calm down.
Yeah, stop nerding out.
What movies did you watch?
Tracer's pretty good.
What movies did you watch?
I watched Rosemary's Baby, obviously. I talked about that already. I think it's really good.
Yeah.
I think it's amazing, actually. What was the other one I watched? I watched Requiem, but I talked about that also already.
You watched Barry Lyndon?
No.
It was in your room. Why is it in your room?
It's still in my room. It's been in my room for like a month
Oh
now.
my gosh, put it back.
No, I'm not
That's
going to
my
put it
movie.
back yet. It's like, it's
Alright.
3 hours, dude. I just haven't started it yet. But I
Um,
watched The Witch. That
Okay,
movie's
yeah.
also really good. That's another like art
that's
house
really
movie
good.
also.
It's another disturbing.
Yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah, it's another. It's kind of like an art house film also, but it's just way better.
I really want to watch that movie.
I also watched the Netflix original Little Evil. That movie's awful. Like that's a bad movie.
Like,
It's the one with Ben, Ben from Parks and Rec.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude. Netflix originals are either a hit or miss.
We watched Death Note too. That was another.
That was a
bad
few
one.
weeks ago.
Is it
Yeah.
good or not?
Death Note.
No, it's not.
Okay.
I would.
I was, like,
You should.
thinking about
I don't know. It's only an hour and a half. It's kind of like popcorn fun, I guess. But even then, I don't know.
Are you an edgy teen, Kyle?
What?
Are you an edgy teen?
Yeah, are you an edgy, anxious teen
Go more
on the verge of a breakdown? No.
Are you like emo goth?
No.
That just
Are you being
very-
bullied in high
that
school?
loves sex?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay, let me say what I'm doing. So I watched 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies since last Friday. I watched Dreams by Kurosawa, his last movie. I think it's pretty good. It's basically just 8 little vignettes, so 8 mini movies in one movie.
You gotta say your stars too.
No, I'll save that. I watched Pi, another Darren Aronofsky movie, his first movie. It's about this guy. Okay, he's a mathematician. He's a genius. I watched Monster. You need to watch Monster. It's Charlize Theron. She won an Oscar for it in like 2003. Directed by the Wonder Woman director, Patty Jenkins. Charlize Theron's like fat in it.
What?
Like she gains a lot of weight for it.
What?
Like you know who I'm talking about? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's like, I didn't even know it was Charlize Theron. I had to Google it. I was like, Charlize Theron Monster, and then they showed that picture. I was like, Wait, what?
Okay, I got
and like now I understand why she won the Oscar, even though the movie's not that good. She's really good in it. I watched this fantasy sci-fi movie called Dark City. Really unique movie. I definitely recommend it. And then I watched both the Raid movies, the Raid and the Raid 2, both really really good. And then also I've been playing some Madden, and then we also played COD the last couple days.
True.
Modern Warfare Remastered. Yeah, that's her.
She looks like 10 years older than she does now.
Yeah,
What?
that's her.
Battlefield 1.
That's not her.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
man, it looks like a mom. I don't even know.
We should play that tonight, honestly.
What?
Battlefield 1.
True.
Or just go to sleep.
Or COD.
I thought we were
Okay.
gonna watch like Popeyes.
It's already 12 though.
Yeah, I'll probably
should
go
watch
to sleep.
Raid 2.
Oh, Jesus.
The Raid 2 is like 2.5 hours.
Well, I'm going to sleep.
Okay,
Okay. Oh, are you still going?
Yeah, I'm done. We played some COD. We'll quick scope. Played some Battlefield.
For me, what I've been up to this week is really just a lot of reading, like B-Law.
What? No. Entertainment.
Yeah, it's entertaining.
What are you...
Trying to get me to skip class.
Be-Law's
Nah,
not
I
that
can't.
hard, my guy.
You don't need to go for A class. It's just a fact.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't try.
Okay,
How was it
anyways.
go for
No. But I've been I recently this week started Friends, the TV show.
It's a great TV show.
See,
It's pretty.
Oh, I forgot
like
to
it.
mention,
I like
before you go, I watched BoJack Season 4. I have one more episode left. It's so good. Wow.
I also think
It's Rick and Morty good.
It's another one of those pretentious films.
It's not pretentious. But it's super entertaining. That's the thing, though.
like
It's like the most depressing animated show you'll ever watch, but it's also really good.
okay. Anyways, though, let's see. Yeah, I started Friends. I'm almost done with the first season. I thought there was like 12. There's like 25 episodes a season. 25,
22?
24,
Oh, really? 25?
22. I don't know.
You could watch like 10 movies.
But there's like over 20, at least in the first season. So I'm on like episode 19, so I'm pretty close. I'm reading this book called The Power of Habit, which is pretty cool. It's about
We said entertainment, though.
That-
Books, really?
what you said.
No, I was kidding.
It's actually really good. I would recommend it. It's about it's actually sitting right there. It's about really just the power of habit and how yeah, even people. I'll tell it short. There's this story. Once upon a time. No, there's this story about this guy who I think he was in like an accident or something and was just completely brain dead, or not brain dead, but he couldn't remember anything for more than like a minute. And so there was like therapists and stuff that would come into his house, and psychologists would come into his house and say, "Where's your kitchen?" And he'd be like, "I don't know." Or he lived with his wife in a caretaker, so it's not like he didn't. But and then he was like, "Well, which door leads to your kitchen?" And he was like, "I don't know." But then when the psychologist would say, "Can you go get me a glass of water?" he would just get up, go to the kitchen, get him a glass of water, and go down. So it's a lot about what like studying like neuroscience about like habits and how they can form and how people like who technically don't remember anything know where the bathroom is in their house, but when you ask them, they're like, "Oh, I don't know." But when you
need to go to the bathroom,
yeah. Or there was another story in there of this guy who they opened the door, and he usually goes on a walk with his wife, but one day his wife was like getting ready, and he decided to go on a walk by himself, and he found his way back to the house perfectly fine because they had gone on that walk every day for like years. But he went on his own, and then she was worried, but one day he just came back, and then this psychologist went on a walk with him the same way and was like, "Which one's your house?" And he's like, "I don't know." But eventually he just walked right into his house, and it was, I don't know, it's really interesting actually. But yeah, sorry, that wasn't very short.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So what is it again? I'm sorry.
What have you been doing this week?
What?
Entertainment-wise. What have you watched? What have you played? What have you read?
Do we want to know?
No.
You probably don't. No, I'm joking. No, I've been playing some Battlefield 1, 2 as well since, I just got an Xbox last month. So
True.
I'm level
The superior console.
True.
20-something. I'm in level 20, so I don't know. But,
Have you watched anything? Any TV?
yeah, I finished Arrested Development.
True.
So,
Nice.
Season 4 is my least favorite, but it's still a great season.
I don't know, man. I started watching season 4, and then
It's
I'm
good.
like, I'll get back to this, and then I started watching BoJack. Because season 4, especially the episode with I just started the episode with the sister. What's her name?
Oh,
Tobias' wife.
Yeah, what's her name?
I don't know why I'm thinking Renee.
Chelsea.
Renee?
No, it's not Renee. I don't remember. But anyway, that episode where they're in the house together and it's like an empty house or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just started that episode like, those are like, she's like my least favorite character. Why are they doing an episode around her?
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't like her as much.
I do like the Sweat Lodge episode.
The what?
The Sweat Lodge episode.
Sweat Lodge.
Where George Sr. runs that little sweat lodge in the border of Mexico with his brother.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was
yeah. And they're like, would you pay $15,000 for this glass of lemonade? And they're like, yeah. And that's how he makes money.
If only that worked.
Yeah, it's a really good show. It's definitely.
It is really good.
Yeah, I really like it. And today, Sean started watching Trailer Park Boys.
Oh yeah.
And I started watching with him. It's actually really good.
Really?
It's hilarious.
Well, yeah, a lot of people love
gosh,
it.
It's so hilarious. I didn't think I thought it was some dumb retarded show.
That's what
I swear.
yeah.
I thought it was some dumb show, but it's actually really good. It's hilarious. You guys should check it out. It's
I might eventually.
It's actually a really good show. So
my hot
Just
take,
like against everything I stand for, so like I don't really.
trailer parks.
no, it's literally has nothing to do with
Politics
PC or anything.
No, but my thing is
Politics. Yeah. Well, it's PC political correctness.
my hot take is as I've been watching more TV, I'm starting to realize how much I don't like Parks and Rec.
Well, it's because it's not that good.
It's just Ron
Yeah.
Swanson.
You guys are wrong.
Yeah, the only reason I watch that show is Ron. Seriously, he's like the best part of the show.
It's a good show. Yeah, it's not as good as The Office. I don't think it's as good as
I think
Friends.
it's good. It's just.
I don't even think it's that
Oh,
good.
okay. Oh my
That's the
gosh.
thing.
Stop
when
saying that.
compared
Okay,
to
yeah.
The Office,
I said I don't
it's
like Parks and Rec
definitely
as much as the other shows, but that's just an insult, though.
No, Friends is better than Parks and Rec.
Oh my gosh, no,
It
it's not.
is.
Any show with a
At
laugh
least
track
Friends
can't
is
be
like
good.
no Friends is good.
Unless it's like Seinfeld.
Friends is good.
What's the Friends theme song?
Why is the Parks and Rec?
Catch you, magazine. I know. Oh, that's like.
What is it?
Oh, Psycho.
So no one
Psycho's
told
great.
you life was
It's
gonna
gonna
be
be
that
this
way. Your job's a joke, you broke.
I hate that couch thing at the end where they're like on the couch and stuff.
Well, I would skip the intro.
In front of the
It's
phone.
like you're all
Yeah, I hate
Stuck
that.
in second gear.
Okay, this is not like.
When it hasn't been your day, your month, or
Yeah.
year,
No,
I'll
that's
be
not right.
there for
Family
you.
time, Family Guy. No.
He's a
Family Guy. Oh, apparently.
Much
This is
easier
Orville.
Okay, I was going to say that. Hold on, time out. I want to hear what you thought. What were your thoughts?
Of what?
Orville.
I've never even heard of it.
That Star Trek parody.
Oh, that one.
I liked it.
It's not parody.
This is not for everyone.
It's not parody,
This
is
is only
it?
meant for Star Trek fans.
Wait, Weston, is it a parody or is it?
It's a parody of Star
Oh, it
Trek.
is a parody.
Okay, so what
Well,
I...
what's the new one?
I liked about it because everything about it felt like Star Trek. The music, even the camera working, the setting, the mood. Except, like, it's not like the kind of comedy everyone else likes. Like, it's not like The Office, or it's really nothing like that. It's almost like sarcastic humor.
But
Okay.
isn't there another Star Trek series coming out though?
Yeah, that's Star Trek
that's
Discovery. That's coming out
Okay,
next
that's the prequel to Star Trek, right?
week. Yeah, I'll be
Okay,
checking
hold
it
on.
out, too.
No, well, hold on.
It's-
I'm curious
It
because
does not suck.
So I listened to this review.
It's not bad.
I listened to this review of these people talking about the Orville, and they said the exact opposite. They said it was awful, and it was fun to listen to because they were bashing it so much. But they were Star Trek fans, and some reviewer was saying she's a huge Star Trek fan, and this show just basically rips off Star Trek, and
That's the point of it. What the?
to rip off Star Wars. I mean, the
Star
Star
Trek.
Trek, to rip off Star Trek.
It's a parody.
Yeah, but they were saying it's not funny though. I'm gonna watch the first episode.
The humor
But
is
you
not
won't
for
get it.
everyone. It's a
I've watched
You're
Star
gonna
Trek
hate
before.
it.
I've watched Star Trek.
You watched Star Trek Wrath of Khan.
And plus, this is like the
That's
first
Star Trek.
episode,
And I've
think-
seen the new movies.
And by the looks of it, like seeing the
It's-
trailer for the second episode, I think it's going to get.
I don't know. It's Seth MacFarlane.
Like
human.
first
I'm
initial
not
thoughts,
very-
I liked it. I have no problem with it.
It's like Seth MacFarlane though. I'm not very hopeful. I will try to
We'll
watch
see,
the first
we'll
episode.
see.
I'll watch the first episode. We'll see.
I don't think you'll.
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah. This is only meant for like people who understand Star Trek, I think.
But the people I was
even then, the humor can be meant for everyone. But the way they do the humor is like not really the way people would expect.
He's singing the Friends thing.
I'll be there for you. And the band.
Da da da, I'll be there for you.
The show's garbage. It's really bad.
But it's better than Parks and
I've watched
Rec.
Friends. I'm not gonna watch 12 seasons if I don't like it. Why would I do that?
Well, you watched 6 seasons of Parks and Rec.
I like Parks and Rec.
Why is the Parks and Rec The Office debate still going on? It's
Yeah,
obvious.
it's so annoying.
It's The Office is obvious. The Office is the obvious answer.
Brady says Parks and Rec. You used to say Parks and Rec, didn't you?
Dude, there
You
was...
used to say Parks and Rec.
I used to say, but
Yeah.
I totally take that back.
Someone told me The Office sucks today.
Who?
I'm not going to say that because he might listen to this. But you know.
Who is it? Okay, now we have to know.
Just turn on the podcast.
We'll tell it off. You're going to tell me off.
I'll tell you.
All right.
Some famous
You want to close us out? We talked a lot. Do we have to do a movie?
Yeah,
No.
Ryan Gosling told me today. No. All right. Thank you
What
guys.
movie are we doing next week? Oh, Kingsman 2.
Kingsman 2.
Let's go!
I've seen the first one, but there's so much hype over
You
it,
need to
so.
see the first one.
I have it.
Oh, you not seen the
You own
first
it?
one?
I bought it on Blu-ray.
I've heard about it. It's just.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
Danny,
why
hang
everyone's
on.
so hyped
This
about it.
deserves credit on the podcast. You hit 100 Blu-rays.
It's Danny's
Yeah,
birthday.
I'm over 100 Blu-rays.
Okay, I know.
I am.
Actually, I'm over 100 too. I'm like 103 now.
I have 27.
Dang, that's more than I thought you had. But anyway, you want to close us out?
Yeah. Thank you guys.
Kingsman 2, let's go! I'm hearing. I've read some early reviews. Some people are saying it's better than the first one.
Oh
It's
jeez.
hard, man. I don't know.
That's usually hard to do.
We'll see.
I was not expecting to hear that because I heard the first one's really good.
It is very
The
good.
second
You need
one's
to watch
probably
it.
not going to be as good. But
You need to
The
watch
director's
it.
really good.
Well, anyways, thank you guys
It's
for...
like better than any James Bond movie.
Yeah.
Okay, Skyfall's really good.
No, it's better.
Casino
than...
Royale.
was really good.
Casino Royale's good, but Kingsman's
It's better than any of them.
Casino Royale.
Casino Royale.
Better than
Kingsman
any
are
of
out
them.
there.
Okay, anyways, thank you guys for listening. And follow us on all of our social media, please.
And rate us.
At Dumpy vs. Movies and rate us on iTunes, please.
Do it now.
Close.
And have
The
a
people on the podcast
good...
didn't see you put on your heart.
He made a heart
Do
symbol
what?
with his.
Oh,
hand.
wait, they didn't see me? Oh,
They didn't hear you.
I'm pointing at myself. I'm making a heart with my hands, and now I'm pointing at you. All right, and have a good...
I'll be there for
you.